Hello, my name is Xavier Wolf. Welcome to TigerTails Gaming, and today we are streaming some Street Fighter 2 on the Megadrive Mini. Yeah, we are continuing the trend of streaming really hard games that I've played previously, kind of completed previously, and will now attempt to complete whilst being really old and out of shape for playing games. We'll see. Things will be interesting. So if you missed us last week, we did indeed do Tanglewood, and I completed that again live. This time I thought we'll go back to a game from my childhood, Street Fighter 2, because I played this back when the community college in Taunton wasn't a community college, it was more of a swimming pool area, and they had this arcade machine in there, so whenever the school went to do swimming, inevitably we'd flock around the arcade machine and spend our 50p's pounds trying to beat each other on Street Fighter 2. So this is the special championship edition, as you've seen, on the Megadrive Mini. Because Street Fighter, and there are many iterations of the one game. As I was talking to Hedgie earlier about how many different incarnations was, because it was like Street Fighter 2, and then Street Fighter 2 Hyper, and then Street Fighter 2 Mega, and it was like, can't you just release sequels? No, fine, okay. Street Fighter 3, it's a prequel. What? But good time. So yeah, so we're going to see if we can complete this. I am running it on whatever it is right now. So basically I'm just going to hit buttons and continue. I'm reliably informed by a person who is ignoring me that this will be standard game start. So I'm going to get my ass kicked quite readily. Oh, retro goodness, wow. It's like the height of entertainment for us back in the day. And being able to play the bosses was massive, because foulness. But yeah, we'll continue on. I will start with the character that I vaguely am aware of, because I've played that a fair few times. Good old Ken. And now we try to remember the controls. Badly. There's the punch. Right. I'm trying to remember all of the old stuff that I used to do, and it's like, yeah, no. No, too late. And the worst thing was, the only way you learnt a lot of these moves was from gaming magazine. So we jumped into the arcade back in the day. None of us knew the moves, unless you picked up the latest gaming magazine. And of course, because it wasn't quarter circle was the tradition, it wasn't until after Street Fighter that everything was quarter circle. Goddamn throws. Oh, and the slowdown. Feel the processor go, graphics must move. But yeah, we had no idea. But I still remember back when Championship and Hyper was released, the reviews in, I want to say Games Master magazine. Yeah, that's showing me age. Talking about the new characters, because this was before they introduced everyone like, what was it? Not Dan. Dan wasn't the next one. DJ and that guy from flipping Final Fight for some reason. Oh, god damn it. And this is before the craziness for right now, because I keep up to date with what's going on with the current Street Fighter, which is Street Fighter 5. Hyper Mega Championship Wonder Bar Edition with coffee. No. No. And they've released even more characters into that game. And I'm just not entirely sure how they can keep releasing different characters. I mean, my mainstay back when I was in the house was Street Fighter Alpha 3. That was the one that I played a lot of. Oh, mode button. Inadvertent Dragon Punch. No. Yep, that's the button. Because it's the Mini, it's got a little mode button just on the right-hand shoulder. And of course, I'm pretty much a guy who clutches the controllers quite badly, so I have to remember it's there. Otherwise, I will hit the mode to change it. Because this is the Mini. All of the games are loaded onto its RAM. So we might inadvertently jump out. But we're doing well for standard. We're doing well. We are now up against Spam Man. Probably one of the easiest characters that you can complete the game on, unless it's against Chun-Li. Because Chun-Li was the only character who had attacks longer than your 100-hand slap. Because even Dalsim couldn't hit him before the slap hands hit you, because his hitting box was bigger than his hitbox, or the technical terms. Whereas Chun-Li's kick extended further than his fists. But projectiles are one of his weaknesses, so yeah. Spam fireball and jump repeatedly, because why not? Throw. No. Ah. You can tell I'm rusty. But yeah, I played a lot of Third Strike back in... Not Third Strike. Alpha Strike. Alpha 3 back in the day. On the PSP, which was even more fun. It's like, can you play a 6-button fighter on the PSP? You can, technically. It'll be very interesting, but you can. At least it didn't break my PSP. That was Patapon that broke the PSP. Well, the circle button, I should say. Ah. And dead. Nope. Underhand side. Ah. And this is where you'd lose your money. Because arcade edition, arcade modes, arcade cabinets, they were all on, we're gonna fleece you for your money mode. Oh, the belly flop. I do not remember the stuns being that long either. No. You'd think I'd learn. You'd think I'd learn. You can do better than that. No, probably can't. We'll try again with Ken, and then we'll move around the table. It's been years since I've been messing around with the Megadrive controller as well. Ah. The worst thing is, I also watch a few people who do fighting games on a regular basis. Maximilian Dude is one of the ones that I follow, and they'll talk the speak. Alex would do this. It was like 2B, F5, safe, not safe, all of this, and some of it you could understand, you know, much like French and German, you could understand some of it, but a lot of it you just couldn't understand to save your life. And they're probably just going to mock me from back in the day, because it was like, oh yeah, can't even beat Honda. Like, no, can't even beat Honda. But this was the hobby for us. It was literally, you had a couple of quid, arcade machine in the swimming pool. If you were lucky, you could get on an arcade machine in the Sega park back in the day. If you were lucky. And I can't remember if it's Q up or if you queue up these moves. No. It's the worst thing. It's like trying to remember if you queue up moves or if it's you have to have precision perfect entry. My vague knowledge of beat 'em ups. But I progressed because, of course, as soon as the PlayStation came out, it was Battle Arena to Shinden, Tekken, with almost tank-like controls, because why not on a fighting game? Oh yeah, torpedo. There we go. Spam fireball, that always works. Could always go for the meme. Light punch, light punch, light punch. Honda. And we progressed slowly with the various beat-em-ups. I mean, there wasn't a huge selection. I mean, the clones there were. I cannot remember how to do the kick on this without... No. Turning round. But then you also had things like Darkstalkers, which followed the same conventions as the quarter turns, which at least meant I could play Darkstalkers, even if that was ridiculously hard as well. Although inevitably it was like, oh no, you're just doing it for John Talbane. It was like, no. I enjoyed Darkstalkers. It had some interesting characters, even if they were exceptionally broken. Oh. I mean, that being said, Street Fighter's had some ridiculously broken characters as well. Especially if you go back to my main game, which was the Alpha Strike. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Because you had Chun-Li, what was it, Chun-Li? The twins, which were ridiculously annoying. One in a baseball cap and one not. With some ridiculous movesets. Oh, I'm so going to lose this one. There we go. And then, of course, there was Evil Ryu, not Evil Ken, Evil Ryu and Akuma. Because abusing fireballs was not enough. You had to have flying abusing fireballs. Let's move on. Let's try the original karate master who somehow managed to learn projecting fireballs from his fists. It's like, you've mastered karate, now you can throw fireballs! Not entirely sure how that works, but okay. Oh, got the grab in. Oh, come on! I hit you and you still had the spin. Damn you. But thankfully there weren't too many colour palette swaps of characters. As much as we make fun of Ryu, Ken, Dan, as much as we make fun of Dan, and the inevitable ninjas, because you had to have ninjas. It wasn't as bad as Mortal Kombat, which was literally guy was colour swapped of particular ninja. Like you had Scorpion that was yellow, and then you had other ninja that was green, Reptile, and then you had ninja who was blue, Sub-Zero. Then they decided to iterate, so now we'll have ninja that's blue, and then ninja with bare arms that's blue that's also called Sub-Zero. Oh, come on. The other hard thing with this is the computer will, to a degree on difficulties, actually cheat. Because it will read your inputs as you put them in. And go, oh, right, so this is the counter. I mean, sometimes the counters are literally, yeah, you've pulled a move, we'll just kick you like that. Especially on the hardest difficulties, it's like, congratulations, this thing is actually reading your moves. Have fun. I mean, it's bad enough when players do it. I mean, the most exceptional example is the Chun-Li and Ken fight that still gets shown around a little bit to this day and talked about. Fantastic fight. Watching someone manage to see the move coming, well, play to get the move coming so they can then perfectly block it and then counter with their own super move. Risky as hell. But one of the most classic, iconic fighting game moments. I can't remember the name they gave for it for the life of me. That's how bad my memory is. Oh well, so we're now on Guile, which was my original standby because I didn't do Karate Boys back in the day. I did the charge attack because I understood the charge attack. It's hold back, hold back, forward, release, hold down. Damn it. Granted, there was a lot more technical stuff that I tried to learn with Guile. Didn't always succeed, but I tried. The other thing that isn't in this is the charging of the super moves. That wasn't until 3. Ah, bloody. There we go. Pulling off moves to fill up your ultra and things like that. There we go. 1 shite score. And we're still going. Okay. Inadvertent jump. The other thing that I need to remember is there's 6 buttons on this, so try to remember that there's punches. Oh yeah, German suplex. Duh. We shall try again. Because my thumb hasn't decided to kill itself quite yet. I also like the little saying things that they do, which is cool. I know Mortal Kombat does more interesting ones, especially with Mortal Kombat versus DC, the DC Mortal Kombat one, no, effectively. Injustice, DC Injustice. Ah. Oh. Yep, flash kick. You think I'll, learn. There's so much shit you don't really... Was the backbone tone of most games back in the day. When I say back in the day, 1993 was when this was released. There are people who aren't even born yet. No, you don't. Flash kick, because you can pull those off out your ass. But it was like knockback and the stun and the stagger. There were some immunity frames in some things, because back in the day, that was the main reason why you picked the Karate Kids, because you had immunity frames for your Dragon Punch. Some versions had immunity frames going up and down for the Dragon Punch. That pissed off a lot of people playing versus games. It's like, why are you only playing him so you can have the immunity? Yes. Ah. Oh, timed that badly. Ah, oh, come on. Flash kick. I've yet to pull off a Dragon Punch under the proper circumstances. Ugh. That's pretty much how I spent most of my time though in this game, just spamming specials. Losing, but spamming specials. We will try again. I mean, it's not like we're that far away from the really hard fights of the bosses yet. No. Not at all. Inadvertent Dragon Punch that I didn't mean to do. Because of course not. There we go. And this also doesn't have the, oh, you've been losing repeatedly to the final boss. We'll make things slightly easier mechanic that appeared in Street Fighter 4. Which was, thank God, because that fight was arse. It's like, oh, you want him to copy everyone's moves? Okay, and on top of that, we shall also throw in gravity moves as well. They were fun. And some of the bosses have been cheesy as hell. Bison, I would say, is probably the most balanced, because you can defeat him without having to rely on cheese tactics. Granted, he's got some ridiculous moves, Psycho Crusher being the biggest one, which in this version is also a charge attack. So you will inevitably have points where he will just go, right, I will Psycho Crusher left, right across the screen. Fucks that right up and still managed to win. But then on top of that, you do have aerial players like Chun-Li and Vega, who are not the best fun to deal with, in my experience. Especially with them being the only ones to actually be able to jump over off the screen. Ah, jumped into that. Jump to the wall and jump over you across half the screen. That was fun times. Bam moves! And his fire version, which I barely pull off. Oh, damn it. Rival fight. Yay! I mean, that was the differential. He had the fire moves, which was cool. One more with Ryu. But I think my main thing with Street Fighter was when I moved into the house, because that's when obviously the guys had a lot more gear. So we played a lot more Street Fighter, purely because we had the gear around, and I would end up inevitably fighting TK and his Ryu, usually against my Ken, because I wasn't the most confident in Guile back when I was in the house. I kept playing, but they changed his moveset from charge, so I was like, thanks guys, thanks. And much like a lot of the other historical fight 'em up games, such as Soul Blade and Soul's Calibur, it was often quite significant amounts of fights between ourselves, and then little Alex turned up, and it was like, no, this is how you play the game, and Big Alex as well. Ah. Okay, time to move on from Ryu. So many continues, yes. So much money spent in arcades, God yes. We'll try Guile, it's been a while. I think the biggest thing with Guile, because he didn't have as many technical moves as like, well, it was like one less than everyone else really. You ended up having to try and learn the ins and outs of the rest of his kit, so it's really hard to pick him up right now. Like, have you played this for a while? No, brand new. Have fun. But it's like the double leg sweep is one of the biggest ones, because that used to be the thing that would get most people. Yay. It's like you'd block the first one, forget to block the second. We will continue. We will continue, because punishment is our thing. Ah! He also had the aerial grab, which was helpful in the few circumstances where you managed to pull that off. Ah! God damn it. Walk face into foot. Ah. Oh, come on. Should expect that from a Ken, but nah, come on. Straight into Dragon Punch. And again. We will defeat Ken, even if it kills my thumbs. It will kill my thumbs. Ah, aerial does not block. Some of the quickest wake-ups. And instant counters. That's why playing people was so much easier than the arcade. Arcade mode will kick your ass. People make mistakes. Many mistakes. Many mistakes. Meanwhile, the computer predicts your moves. And manages to get through the stun block without any issue. Oh, there's the flash kick. But Dragon Punch, Dragon Punch. Yay! I think the thing that killed Street Fighter off for me was the iterations of 4. I was fine with 4. When 4 came out, I really enjoyed it because it still kept a lot of the old schoolness, and it still had, a lot of new fun bits in it. I mean, the supers and the ultras, they were fun. Being able to blend into moves was fun. The dash mechanic and the skill that you had for the blocks, that was fun. Especially if you knew how to do a lot of the technical stuff. Because a lot of it, by 4, was hugely technical. Really fun to do. But then they iterated and iterated, and what was it, hyper mode and broken ass characters, because why not? I mean, yeah, Street Fighter is hardly not known for broken ass characters, but at least you had a chance if you knew the ins and outs of the game, or load the difficulty, because the computer was fucking hard. But then along came Akuma, and along came Evil Ryu, and along came all of these broken characters, not just in the arcade modes, in player versus player. And you didn't play against people who played Guile. Although it wasn't Guile, because they removed... Well, it was Guile, if I recall. You lost a lot of... Everyone went for the in thing. Not the thing they enjoy playing. Oh, come on. Massive aggression, and I nearly... Battle 18, Jesus. I think the other thing that gets me is this controller. This is Megadrive controller. Oh! And straight through me, because why not? Yep. It's like the Sega controllers. Lovely and floaty D-pad. Lovely and floaty. You didn't want to jump there? No, well, tough. I think this is why we spent so much money in the arcades. It's arcade sticks. Big ass buttons. Clicky noises. All of the clicky noises. That was kind of one of the big things. It was like massive clicky noises, and you felt the moves, and you felt you were having the impact, and you didn't feel like your thumb was destroying itself every time you played the game, because Dragon Punch. God. Ken is cheap. Yes, I know. That's why I normally play him. God. Oh, come on. The worst thing is floaty button pad, and I'm trying to get the moves off. I know Bagboardman blames his tools, but floaty! Play on a PlayStation for a while and you kind of appreciate the more modern technology. Oh. You managed to pull that off, you son of a bitch computer! Straight to heck. No. Oh. But this was the difficult. This was what it was for the arcade. We want your money, so get good. Therefore, you don't have to spend so much. Hours upon hours of smashing your head against the CRTV screen. Yeah. Excuse me, what? Oh, come on. Come on. I'm so glad that you can pull off your dragon punches. I frickin' can't. No. Straight away. Dragon punch straight into me. God, I feel so rusty. I mean, that was the other thing. It was a common game to play. Everyone knew Street Fighter. It's like the other one was Mortal Kombat that a lot of people didn't really play because it was the adult game. And I suppose that one, in its own way, was a little more unforgiving than Street Fighter. Ow, close! No! God. Some questionable hitboxes there, then. But it was in some ways more unforgiving, especially if you were looking to get to the finishers for the points, because that was the other thing. Get your name on the high score. Ah, fun combination didn't come out. But yeah, get your name on the high score, get your name on the arcade machine. Didn't matter because they turned the damn thing off overnight. Sega Park was a little bit better. They would at least run the machine so you would be on there for a while. But then it'd be like, nope, gone. Ken, I will defeat you. You cheesy bar steward. I stood up into that! I say Street Fighter is a little bit less unforgiving and I'm just getting spammed. Yeah. Ah, standard difficulty. We will force you to get good. Come on. Oh. This isn't even the final boss run. If I get past this, I am gonna have to face the bosses. This'll be fun. What was your stream like? I fought Ken a lot. I died a lot. Yep. Oh, come on, button combination! Can you input in a fraction of a second? No! We cry. Ah! He is just gonna... Dragon punch me every time I jump. God knows how. Vital, 300 points. Yeah. Oh. I was under that and then I stood up into it because sense. And I jump into that move. Throw, kill. Gah. I think that is probably the hardest thing for a lot of people to do at my age now. Is to go back to these retro classics that you remember from back in the day and pick them up and see if you can remember how to play them, especially when you've been out of touch or been playing more modern games or modern iterations. Because there is a lot of difference. The forgiveness of hitboxes for a start. Oh. God. It reminds me of, what was it? FIFA. Playing FIFA with one of my friends. And you just play back goals that, frankly, you couldn't understand how they were goals because they never got past the goalkeeper, or goalkeeper making miraculous saves from behind him because collision. Ah. And kicking me in the face with your ass. One more try, one more try. As he puts another pound coin in the machine. That's better. And that bullshit does what? You fire a fireball out as mine hits you. Meanwhile, I can't block or pull a move off to save my face. You know that moment when you're pushing down and back and you manage to jump? Yeah, that moment. Oh. Oh. think the craziest thing is this was our entertainment. I mean, usually it would be with, like, you know, friends until they cried and ran home. But it's like you boot this up and you go, I'll play Street Fighter, slap it on standard difficulty. Yeah, I can beat the arcade. And it just kicks your ass over and over again. Should we try someone else? Shall we try somebody else? Can I remember the moves of anyone else? Zangief. Ha! Fat chance. We'll try Sagat. Isn't he just spam fireballs? Yes, he's just spam fireballs. Ah, if I could remember his moves! Oh, some bullshit throws there. Are you rusty? Yeah, just a little. Just a tad rusty. And dead. So much for Sagat. It's like, really, do I know anyone well enough to actually beat Ken? It's like, do you know your quarter circles? Then these are the only two! Have fun! Okay, I will pick Ken. I forgot there was a timer for character select, clearly. Ah, timing on this is important. Oh, in fact, how? You punch the air in front of me and you get me each time. Explain that, please. Shockwaves? No. Hitboxes the size of fucking Canada. That's how. And double dragon punch. Oh, come on! Forward does not mean jump! Oh. Are you feeling old? Yes, I'm feeling old. Are you feeling frustrated? Yes, I'm feeling frustrated. What a great way to while away a Friday evening, isn't it? Yeah. Fine, we'll try Ken. Ken versus Ken action. There we go. Oh, you push a button combination and it doesn't come out. Meanwhile, computer doesn't have that problem. Synchronized miss! Ah! I need to expect that! I also need to expect that I will jump whilst trying to pull off a dragon punch. Every single time. Block! Block is the thing. And again, punch air in front of me. Spam. You aren't going to beat him. No, I'm not going to beat him, but I will try really hard. Try Ryu instead. Try Ryu instead. It's not any more forgiving, but slightly different moveset. Slightly. Gah! Oh, this is why I tended not to play too many games on standard difficulty. I spent a lot of money. A lot of money on this game back in the day. Oh dear. I think the other thing that made this most popular is it ported across everything. The competition between SNES owners and Mega Drive owners, because, you know, 6 buttons. Super NES had the 6 buttons. Mega Drive kind of had the 6 buttons on one controller. Eat throw. And again, Dragon Punch. Dragon Punch. Dragon Punch out of your fucking mind! Go. Damn you. But it was the rivalry, SNES and Mega Drive, especially over Street Fighter. Because it ran pretty damn well. Throw, kill. Later versions, though, especially with the change to PlayStation, jumping on PlayStation, it felt good. It being on the PSP as well, it felt good. I mean, there was a Game Boy version of Street Fighter. That was hilarious. It's like 2 buttons and a D-pad. Have fun. Although I suppose it's not as bad as the Game Gear version, which was tiny screen. Oh. And Dragon Punch the moment he lands. Oh, no. You think I'll get tired of this? No. This is probably better than a lot of modern days versions because it feels... It's frustrating, yes. Frustrating, and you feel like the computer is cheating because it is. Blatantly. Ah, the hitboxes are huge. And certain moves are so unsafe that it's unbelievable. But it's fun. You throw yourself against the cheese grater that is this difficulty. And gradually you lose all sensation in your left thumb because you're smashing it against the D-pad. But at least it's not tiny screen. Thankfully, the studio is equipped with a big wide-out screen. We did play this on a big-ass CRTV, which, if ever you try and play on a CRTV, is fun. It's fun, but don't get me wrong, there is a reason why I prefer flat screen TVs. Ah! Space, room, and not having to carry a couple of ton of telly. That's the main thing. But I remember people would. They would take their little portable tellies, CRTVs, portable, that's a laugh. And they'd go round to friends' houses so that they could play this. It got even crazier when it was LAN. Take your CRTV and your console and your spare joypads and your sticks off to a hall filled with a bunch of 20 or so other people. Cram into that. And mash buttons until the early hours of the next day. There are people right now who are going, I would kill to be able to do that. A hall full of people socialising without having to use Discord or Zoom. That's the craziest thing. Every time I'm seeing news now, it's like, and on Zoom, and I'm like going, what's Zoom? I have no idea what Zoom is. God. I was going for a fireball, but Dragon Punch will do. Skill needed for this game. Some. And the throw. At least it doesn't insta-kill me like it has been doing. Ah. Yes, yes. Oh. The chance for any kind of socialization. People are readily waiting for the opportunity to go outside. It's like, people! Ah ha ha. Throw, kill? No, just not quite. There we go. Oh. I think the hardest thing will be getting used to walking past people on the same path again, rather than watching them cross the road. It's like, hello, bye. Oh, come on, Ken, we're gonna break this. We are going to break this. It's only 34 attempts. I dread to think of how much money that would be. It's like 3 credits for 50p. Oh, how close is that spam? Oh, the bullshit of the fucking immunity frames. There we go. I should learn not to do that. Instant wake up into Dragon Punch. That was a favourite of mine for Street Fighter Third Strike. Not Third Strike. Street Fighter Alpha 3. Because I could do it. I can't do it on this because I get my ass kicked. Constantly. Ah. Time to change character. Time to change character. Question is who? Well, Chun-Li. Spinning bird kick. Barely ever use that. Rapid kicks. Slightly technical. Honda 100 hand slap. Fireballs. Blanka was fun when I could remember how to play him. But his electric move is the biggest one. And I'm gonna play Blanka because I keep forgetting. This game does have a has a timer on its thing. Let's just spin to win. I know you're waiting for anything resembling a move. There we go. Anything resembling a move will actually get punished. Yep. Oh. Like, don't play the game with actual characters. Play the game with, you know. Okay, I had not realised I could duck that, but fine. It's slow as ass. Dead. There we go. Bye, Blanka. We're not playing you again. Oh. It's like, how is anyone alive after having their face smashed like that? But then the logic of this game is bizarre anyway. Fireballs and Psycho Crushers and the further games. He's got a gravity generator inside him! How exactly is that a thing? Oh, straight into it. Ah! Too much knockback. Too many kicks. Ah! Oh, and the Dragon Punch bullshit into a kick. 'Cause immunity frames. Yeah. Fine, we will try again. We will try again. What are we on? Like 50? Probably adding up far too much. 37. That's not that bad. It's like everyone who used to play Street Fighter is watching this going, what the fuck are you doing? Playing badly. What are you doing? Oh, Dragon Punch again. Felt that. I do like Chun-Li in the more modern games. They gave her a few more moves and some interesting combinations aside from rapid hit kick. Hate the timing on some of these. Hit the air! Hit my face! Logic! Okay, so we've cheesed one win. we still are likely to die. Ugh. Can we cheese another one? No, because dragon kicks. Ah, some bullshit timing. No. Wouldn't be that bad if you were good. No, it probably wouldn't be that bad if I was good. I wouldn't curse an AI that cheats. Repeatedly. Alright, let's try it. It's been a while. How bad could this be? Very. Because he can fucking dragon punch through it. Because timing of the AI is perfect, of course. Oh, you forgot they read your controller. There is some spamming going on there. Oh. Do you think we'll get to 50 games before I beat him or not? Probably 50. If not more. Right, we'll try going back with Ken. Ken versus Ken, blonde action. It's the fact it gets such... and the throw. Pitch perfect timing, frame timing. Out of the one move into the other. On standard difficulty. Meanwhile, I can barely throw a move together. Barely. Okay. I would like to say I'm getting better. Probably not. Like, don't give in to the tilt! Clearly you've never played Street Fighter before. Why can't I pull that move off when I need to? You son of a bitch! Oh yeah. Yes, yes, you can pull it off, I can't. God damn you. Aggressive little bastard. Oh, you might win. Bring out the Dragon Punch, Dragon Punch, Dragon Punch, Dragon Punch, Dragon Punch. Meanwhile, I'm trying to light punch him to death. Oh, the slowdown. Oh, air! You're hitting air! You son of a bitch computer! Every time you hit air, hit me, cause hitbox. You know that button on the right shoulder? Yeah, that button. Ah. It's like concentration. Dragon Punch, because bullshit reasons. Oh. The worst thing is this is when you start feeling the Megadrive thumb. It's like you're ramming your thumb to do the quarter circles and that blister that forms just at the corner of your thumbnail. Do you remember that? It's like the next day you've got this massive, great big sore blister. It's like, yeah, you ain't playing games after that. 41. Okay. Have a throw. It's not the right one, but there we go. In the crotch. Whew. Okay, so that was the best victory I've had. Oh. Let's see how quickly he kicks my ass. I didn't mean to jump. Apparently, though, I decided to. Oh, that Dragon Punch. And the Dragon Punch wake up. Yes, kick me in the face with your ass. There we go. There's the tilt. No. Oh, thank God he pulled that one off. No, 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 I know, Sneak, no! Desperately trying to pull a fireball off when I want a fireball. No, you're gonna jump! Thanks, game. You're gonna jump and you're gonna regret it in the morning. Okay, let's see. Can we beat him before 50? Here it comes up. 50! 42. 8 more battle. Ah! Why do I jump into that? Oh! I love the logic in this game. Your foot will hit for miles around, 'cause logic. And the throw. And the throw. Oh. I like Ken. I like Ken's moveset, but holy fucking hell. Could be worse. Could be Zangief and his bullshit, which is the spinning pile driver. Because, you know, that's fun. A move that is tricky at best to pull off on a controller, the computer can do it with ease. And the throw. No. Light punch, light punch, light punch, light punch. The memes of that are hilarious. Get away. Dragon punch again. I don't want the dragon punch. Oh, dragon punch. Oh, God, the move off as well. You skag. Couldn't you let that go through? Oh. Oh, jumped into that. Oh, tried the move and jumped into his face. Face, foot. Same difference at this point. Oh. We will try again. We will try to defeat Ken. In desperation. Right, 44. Ah, oh, cheap, short little... And it's that kick. I see you're pushing a button. Kick! Then learn, don't push button. Let him hit you, yes. I didn't want to jump, you stupid controller! Oh! I will take that. Didn't mean to do it. Oh. Yes, yes. Try to be patient. Try to be patient. Stop pushing button. Street Fighter fighting game where push back to win. Okay, we've changed the color. So let's see if color change, palette swap of Ken is gonna help us. No, no, it won't. No, stop pushing buttons! Most annoying thing is that you know the computer's waiting for that moment. It's not a player. It's not, I'm going to throw the kick out. It's a, I'm waiting for that button push. Because once that button push is done, I know I can get you. Dragon Punch, gotta remember it does that. Oh, Gah! Right. We're getting close towards 50. You're not going to do it. Of course I'm not going to do it. I don't pick these games on the assumption that I will complete them. I pick these games on the assumption that I'm going to suck. And then hopefully I don't suck too much and it's entertainment. The jumping sensitivity. No. Oh. The other reason why I'm saying 50 is because I'm currently feeling my left thumb, which is currently red, starting to ache. Inadvertent Dragon Punch! Inadvertent Dragon Punch! Only this time not successful! Ooh, you skank! You skank! I cannot believe the cheesy AI on this. Ah! If I wasn't recording this, I would have turned around and said no. But no, I hit him with a fireball, he pulls the fireball off to kill me just before it hits him. That is skankalicious bullshit. Oh, and now you are just hitting buttons. Yeah, okay. As I hit buttons, so did the computer do the right counter every time. I am reaching the point of tilt. Have a cross shot. Oh. No. Fuck off with you being able to pull off dragon punches. And that fucking kick which hits me in the face every time your ass is in mine. Ah! Question is, can I actually manage to beat him this time? Answers on a postcard too. TigerTails Radio Gaming. And there's his dragon punch. Yeah, you cheap fucking skunk whore. Ah. Meanwhile, in the chat, TK is being very nice. Okay. We will try again. What are we on? 48. Okay, so there's only a few to go before I will officially hand in the towel. Oh, you son of a bitch. And again. And your ass in my face! Blocking, it's a thing. What? That was undoubtedly light punch fucking fireball, wasn't it? Oh! Eat one that I actually managed to pull off.
You win.
Tilt, anger. Anger, tilt. Will he win a third game? Course not. In 48 battles of 3 rounds, I have yet to win a third one. Ah. I didn't mean to do the Tatsumaki kick. I didn't mean to stop blocking, and I didn't mean to put my face in his Dragon Punch, and I'm dead. Yeah, oh, Dragon Punch, yeah. I've got an immortal fucking move. There we go. Okay. Battle 49. This one and 50. If I don't get it, I will call it quits at this point. There are probably some people going, you should have called it quits at 30. Oh, Dragon Punch. And that kick with your arse. And again with the fireball through the fireball, because you know you can do that. Get away. Ah! Let's see. Take the second round, lose the third? Sounds about right. No. And throw. Or losing 2 rounds. Thumb is now slowly dying. Okay, so we've got one more game. If I do this, we will continue. If not, I will call it quits on trying to replay my childhood. My childhood's kicking my ass. My 41-year-old ass. Ah, try and get through that with your immunity, Mr. Ken. Try and actually remember to stop with that bullshit! Every fucking time I'll fire a fireball that will go past yours. Oh, you bitch. God. If I could pull off Dragon Punches, I'd be a bit better. When I meant to. Oh, in fucking air! And Dragon Punch, cause why not? Chip damage. Death. So that's me. That's Xavier having failed to get past. However, there is a new challenger. Because someone wants to show me up. So TK has entered, he is choosing the blue Ryu. So let's see, can slightly younger TK do any better than I can? Well, let's put it this way. At least you're a more defensive player than I am. You know, you're pulling black to block, whereas I'm going buttons. But again, cheesy ass Dragon Punch. Oh, got the throw off. Lovely. Potentially taking a lot of chip damage you don't need to, but alternatively you could jump into a Dragon Punch, because lots of Dragon Punches. There we go. Just warming up. I said that 50 games ago. My thumb is now dying. Yeah. But consistency matters with these games. Certainly when we were back in the house playing against TK and his Ryu on a regular basis was actually good improvement. Because playing against little Alex on a regular basis was a way to make you realise how bad you were at fighting games. Although beating Big Alex every now and again with random techery was hilarious. Oh, TK is finding menus. But I think I miss the days of the arcade machine where it was a bunch of you would grab a handful of pound coins. Yeah, the right shoulder button. Yeah. Bunch of pound coins and decide to go, you know what, we're going to go into the arcade and play games. And Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, they were the main ones you'd play. And it was like, yeah, you saw it at home on the consoles, but the sticks, the sounds, the clunky buttons, the big ass graphics. You didn't mind like wasting a $5 on Street Fighter because you had fun. All the way through this, I will say I had fun as much as I was tilting as hell towards the last 50 battles. But I know why, and I still have fun because I know the computer cheats. And I know on the harder difficulties that's how it is made difficult. It's not they have AI, it is purely we know you've hit a button, so we will hit counter. Yep, shoulder button, they're still TK. We will hit the counter right as you push the button. Because it reads the inputs as you play it. Which is, for youngster, you don't really know that, and you quite happily pull out random stuff to play. As an older person, it's like, yeah, I know that now, I can still have fun, but, you know, I will call Ken on standard difficulty a bitch, because he is. Well, we've got the fireball game going. There it is. It's like you can see the AI is trying to read his moves to some extent because there are lots of jumps to and fro. And then he decides to throw the slow fireball because who can jump those? It's pulling off the combo moves so well. And that throw, yeah. One of the best moves for Ken is that sodding throw. Oh, mistimed. Yeah. But playing against players, it's like winner stays on. It's like even with school friends and school classmates, it was fun. Just slapping your pound coin down, seeing if you could actually take the win. See, that cheesy move he pulls because he knows he'll get hit, and he'll hit you with that fireball. No. And Dragon Punch for the win. You don't get that as much. I mean, the fact it wasn't really an arcade rollout for 4, for 5, I think there were a few machines. Stop hitting the shoulder button. I think there were a few machines, but it wasn't as big an impact as it was for us growing up when Street Fighter hit, Street Fighter 2 hit, and then Street Fighter 3, well, Street Fighter 2 Third Strike, which everyone loved, and I loved that a lot because of the TK's finding the bullshit. I loved it for the animation and the consistency of the animation. Street Fighter 3 had some weirdness, especially seeing as it was a prequel. And then Street Fighter 4 did kind of bring me back in. And then 5 I've just not kept up with at all. I mean, we follow it occasionally for the news on TigerTails Radio. The adverts in-game for sports, well, for advertising outfit. That was hilarious to read. Spam, spam, spam. And the other thing is you don't really see that many fighting games, certainly the AAAs, coming out now. I mean, we've got the anime ones which have got a substantial following. Little Alex constantly runs around with Blaze Blue and Melty Blood and all the other ones. But outside of Mortal Kombat, Injustice, Street Fighter, Tekken, Dead and Alive, which may, yeah, the cheese of that kick, that may... Quarter turns are my nemesis. I put it down to old man hands. Well, you're probably doing better than I am. Or I have been. This is the thing, is like the AI cheats is ridiculously hard, will combo instantly off of moves. So it's like, can you play a perfect game against an opponent who is reading you? Whereas with people, they futz the controller. I mean, the Megadrive controller is not the best piece of kit in the world for fighting games. Like, we're going to introduce a floaty D-pad. You want to jump? That's fine, just when you intend to duck or go backwards or forwards or pull off a fireball. You know, that's when you jump. Or the inadvertent dragon punch when you meant fireball. And more modern games from their retro history, more modern games have become easier and a bit more forgiving. I mean, I mentioned it partway through the stream in relation to, do you cue moves or do you have to be like precise in the timing? Still finding that shoulder button then. I know, I had to shift it as well. But it's like precise timing to enter moves, especially on 5, because I tried 5 a little while ago to see if I could get back it, because it was on PlayStation Now. So I thought I'll have a go and I'll do the combo move tutorials just to see if I can remember how to play this game. Really precise timing for the moves just to pull off the combo tutorials. Dread to think online how I'd be if it just... I may as well put my face on the floor and allow a cabinet to hit me. It's like, yeah, it will be less painful. But it draws you back. It does. The retro games like this will draw you back. As much as they are frustrating. There's a lot of memories associated with Street Fighter. And its many iterations. I remember when Street Fighter 3D, was it Street Fighter Alpha, or not Alpha, Mega, whatever the variation was, and you had Skullorama, who was skank. but it was the first 3D character sprites 3D fighter for Street Fighter. It wasn't the most popular, but you played it. And I have memories of trying to get Ryu to work on that, trying not to get frustrated at Skullorama. Rotundo, the Italian cop with his grenades, and that I believe was in that variation as well. And it must have been popular enough because they did a sequel, because, you know, iteration. And we still saw characters from all of the history getting pulled into the more current variations. Still the shoulder button there. One thing you will notice from now that TK has taken over the control pad, he sticks to Ryu. I flit about, partly because I used to try and play and learn the rest of the characters. Ken was more modern compared to Guile, because I liked the fact he was an easy moveset to learn, and you could combo into the basic moves off of Guile. And I was relatively okay, relatively good with Guile. But as the games progressed, it was Ken, because they changed Guile's moveset, and I found I could do the quarter turn moves. So he's gonna jump. There we go. There. Yeah, I've had many a fight where it's a case of he should be dead, but no. No. But yeah, my fondest memories is of Third Strike on the PSP. I am half tempted to try and find a mechanical engine PSP, yeah, that's the one, that has working buttons, so I can try and play it. Because I killed my circle button with Pat. There we go. Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max. Just reorganizing my entirety of my brain is wanting to say cupboard, but no, bookshelf. The wardrobe. Moving in, it was a case of, right, we're going to put the cupboard in here, which would mean bookshelf. Yes. Or the wardrobe. The determination phase. He's locked in. It's like, no, I will be able to win a round. Winning the actual thing. But yeah, the console iterations were where you would happily sit and learn. For me, it was always based on instinct and what worked well. Granted, most of my instinct is, after a while of grinding my face against it, let's try something different. Oh, that worked, kind of thing. But that's how you got good at the game, really. I mean, you can jump. Nowadays, you can have like mentors and tutors who you can fight against and get tips and things, which is really cool. But sometimes the fighting community is a little bit hard to get into, because much like a lot of competitive groups, you'll have people who are quite happy to teach and learn and will go, cool, let's play, because they want to play with you. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I stuck around and played so many games against TK, because he wanted to play and get good, and I wanted to play and get good. And we enjoyed having both the Alexes play with us, because they were superior and we learnt and saw how they played, so we improved and got better. And occasionally we would win a game. Occasionally, in a blue moon. But for the communities, there are also those people who do gatekeep because it's not about fun for the game, it's about winning. And that was the hard thing with the fighting community and some of the people from the fighting community, because it wasn't about, do you want to play so I can learn? For some people it was, I'm just going to beat you. And I think online is where I found that the worst, because it was like, oh yeah, I'm a newbie, I've got all the newbie flags. And then you'd get randomly spawned up against someone who just goes, yeah, Akuma, off we go. Have fun standing there getting hit by fireballs. But it was fun in the house trying to like beat Hedgie's Dan, defeat the Alexes with their Vega or Blanca. Although little Alex went to Mortal Kombat and then the much more anime style games, so we didn't have to worry too much about his particular character sets. Just Big Alex and his Blanca and his Vega. And constantly fighting against TK's Ryu as well. But we did progress from Street Fighter. We moved on to things like Soul Calibur. Or Soul Edge, as it was back in the day. And foot to the face. And foot to the face. Well, you missed the I'm jumping away from you, there is a gap, you swing your fist through the air, I get hit moments that I had repeatedly. Oh, I see. YouTube, a wonderful thing. But yeah, this is where I enjoyed the console version, because you would get that determination of I will beat you. I will figure this out. I will manage to overcome the skanky cheesiness of this particular character on this difficulty. Then you'd play Bison and it was like, no! Yeah, standard difficulty is damn hard. I think the best comparison I can have is Seth from 4, and because of his cheesy ass moveset. The first fight he would let you win. The second one he would then pull every cheesy move possible out. And both Hedgie, TK and myself spent a good while playing against him to try and actually beat him. I had to pull out the really appalling Guile because he could double leg sweep and the AI couldn't figure that one. Fireball trades is not a good way of winning with this guy. Oh god, I gotta play. Well, we've had a lot of Ryu. Let's have some more Ken on Ken action, because blondes have more fun. Hot Ken on Ken. If Ken can cook, so can you. My thumb is starting to feel the fucking burn. Oh, that Dragon Punch bullshittery. Oh. And there's some really dodgy damage numbers for some of these hits. Meanwhile, in the background, TK is pulling the studio apart because he is looking for something. I fear what it is. Meanwhile, I'm not paying attention. That's fine. Oh, you pull that, you son of a bitch. And again, you pull the fireball off as... Oh. Now, for any normal household, this is where you would then take controller, aim at wall, and throw it. I still can't believe people would do that. It's like the amount of money you spend on kit. I am so angry I will throw this £50 controller at the wall. Now I can't play games. Oh, you skank. And that fireball through instantly goes into the move as I push the button because skank. Ah! I stood up. Some of the crowd reactions I noticed that there's some rather dodgy hand movements. Oh. Dragon punches everywhere! Hyper aggressive Ken! Manages to pull the fireball off through my fireball! Okay, so I've pulled around back with no health. Vital 0. Yep, literally, you had no health. Ah! That fucking dragon punch! No. Yeah. I feared what was coming. In the background, all you can hear is the noise of someone blowing into plastic and metal. And oh well, the technical guru is currently doing things that cause me fear. But for now, we shall throw in our score that will never be remembered. TigerTails Gaming end. Fine, I'll make a save. Yes. There we go. If ever we come back to this, we can see if we can actually get further. Well, technically that score's been inflated by 60 odd matches. 50 of them against Ken. Yeah, so our technical guru is currently moving around, pulling out the actual cartridges and controllers. And it worries me because he has two. So I know where this is going. At the moment, he's currently going through technical difficulties. It isn't TigerTails if there aren't technical difficulties. So potentially, we could be seeing some classic old school fighting. Potentially. I'm waiting for the nod from our technical guru to say, yes, this is all fine. I hear music that is faster. Oh, well, hello.
Hello.
Possibly. So yeah, so this is TigerTails Gaming. My name is Xavier Wolf, and to my right, I now have a TK Tiger.
Hello. Barely hear me.
Yep. He
Upscaler. Take a message off the screen.
he has decided to pull some technical dickery, and we are now playing against each other. He has a little diddy stick. It's the arcade power stick. Ooh. Wow. Fine. We will play. Oh god, I'm on the left. We will play. I'm on the right. Well, words. It's not gonna like this, is it?
Fine. I've got 2 Megadrives. Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Oh my god. So, in the background you can hear the noise of TK frustratingly pulling apart heavy plastic. Oh. It's bringing me back some horrendous memories of having to do this on a regular basis. Like, you connect dodgy cable to the back of your telly into a hard plastic console. Pull out the cartridge, blow on it for luck, because apparently that would make sure the connections work. And the worst thing was, somehow it does. Oh no, TK is swapping cables. I am not entirely sure, it depends. Not that scut cable, okay. Well, so I think what we'll do is once TK has sorted out the technical issues that leads to us being able to show this, we will play a couple of rounds, show how bad we are against each other, and then wrap up. Because I think this has been pretty successful. I've enjoyed playing Street Fighter 2 and going back into my memories of playing this game. Oh god, Zangief. And trying to play on standard. And we had a nice little period of TK showing what he can do with Ryu, and also showing what he can do on standard. This is a question you are asking me now? That means we won't be able to stream that one. Unless you... There is one, okay. We have a very dodgy power cable, he says, wiggling it about. Look at these sparks. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Will still be a big enough shock. Well, it's on. Well, thankfully, old hardware doesn't seem to be that fragile. Like, my laptop has gotten to the point where it will throw up the occasional error if it powers down whilst it's shutting down. It's like, oh, blue screen, have fun. Thanks, laptop. And the PS4, yeah, that will very much get upset if you turn it off mid-game. Power cuts on that was hilarious. TK has found a problem with the setup. Whether or not we can do anything about it is... okay. Oh, this was the other reason why I wanted to do the streams on Fridays, because we are still very much in a new setup, in a new studio, having moved. Yeah, and we've got a few kinks to iron out. But so far the streams have been looking good. We've got a few people who've been watching and commenting, so thank you very much for anyone who's been commenting. This will be a regular Friday thing. Potentially, the idea will be looking at some old retro games. I may even pull out stuff from the PlayStation and other things, which is still considered retro at this point, and see if I can complete going through them. Of course, the more modern we get does mean the longer we're looking at playing it. Because Tanglewood, that was a couple of hours, a few 3 hours. More modern games start getting at silly times. Has this defeated us? Okay. And we are back where we started a couple of hours ago. Back to Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition, as TK messes around with aspect ratios. And does it work? Yes, it does. Champion versus there we go. Now we shouldn't suddenly have a error screen, as much as I could call it, an issue going through on this one now, because this is now literally Sega Megadrive. Oh god, this feels slow. Yep, there's that cheese. Oh! Jumping straight into it.
You win.
I'm just glad we're not throwing into a more modern version of this one, because the faster it gets, inputs get silly. Oh, come on. I'm so used to being able to wake up into Dragon Punch. You can't really do that.
Not unless you're on the CPU.
No, the CPU and his skank timing. Oh. Oh, TK's going for a wander. Hang on, what's going on here? You're not as good as everyone else. Have you been watching me for the last 2 hours? You just need to be better than me. That's all you need to do. No, it does. It's just 2 seconds is a long time.
Round two, fight!
Ah, finally managed to pull off a Dragon Punch. Intentionally. Like every other game. No. This one, yes. Oh. One loss, one win. I'm gonna try and keep on with Ken. I've put a fairly consistent amount of time into Ken.
Round one, fight!
Didn't mean to do that, but it worked. That I did. Yep, there's that bullshit I kick you with my arse move.
You win!
And notice the difference when I'm playing against someone who's playing a character and having to rely on remembering the rules and how to play. Instead of I can instantly pull moves out of my arse. AI. Okay.
What?
I was just button mashing. Fine. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. No. Oh, that should have got me. Late punch.
You win!
Oh. There is some dodgy shit with Street Fighter. There really is.
USA!
USA!
Round one, fight! Sonic!
He's trying for the flash kick. Oh, never mind.
Yoga fire! Yoga fire! Sonic!
Ah! No, not gonna win this one.
You win!
God damn that dance.
So it's very short.
Round two, fight!
Oh, deceptively slow timing. And again, that... God.
Yoga lane!
Seriously, looked like it kicked the fire.
Oh, it just went out as I came in. These hitboxes! These hitboxes!
Fight!
Oh, tried for the flash kick.
Yoga fire! Sonic fire! Yoga fire!
Oh! Got the flash kick off. Because there's some bullshit in this game.
You win.
Damn. Close fights. Close fights. Hilarious. And close. Oh. You still going for Delson? Okay. I'll get my ass kicked, undoubtedly. I will get my ass kicked. Let's. Nope.
Round one. Fight. Sonic boom.
There's the flash kick.
Sonic boom.
Oh, into the foot.
Sonic boom.
Oh, just before he landed.
You win.
Now, a lot of more people played Ryu and Ken.
Sonic boom.
A lot more people played Ryu and Ken. Yeah, because he doesn't have the moves. Oh. That has been my experience through most of Street Fighter so far. Well, oh, didn't want to do that, but that works. And I'll keep trying on Guile. It's good for a laugh. Oh god.
Environmentally friendly person.
USA. Round one. Fight. Sonic boom. Sonic boom. Sonic boom.
Yeah, I have to watch that because because 1 pixel of health. Oh no, should have gone straight up.
You win.
God.
Round two. Fight. Sonic boom.
I think the worst was dealing with the fact that Bison had a tendency of just spamming that one move. Not just Bison players, Bison himself. And it was always that one move. Theoretically, you can flash kick it. Theoretically. I've yet to figure it myself. And a flip kick.
You win.
And blocking it was a nightmare, because if you held block, you would turn as he went past. So you just went phew, each and every time. Ah, okay. Do you want to wrap this up then? Call it a draw. Oh, technically 3 wins, 3 losses. That's about right. So, my name is Xavier Wolf. To my right, and technical guru who has been banging his head against wires for the last section is TK Tiger, and you have been watching TigerTails Gaming play Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition on the Sega Megadrive Mini, and then a Sega Megadrive. Yep, we are old school retro here. Thank you very much for watching. We will be back on Monday for TigerTails Radio. Time will be about 8:30, depending on once we finish work, because hey, we're at home and still working, kids, woo! And I will be back on Friday to stream some more games, probably some retro goodness. We'll see how we go, because there's a small library of stuff to pull on. But I would like to say good night, and I will see you again. So, ta-ta everybody!